Alright guys, I don't know when this video will come out. I didn't even get his name, but I was pulled up at full moon and the guy in front of me was looking at me, and then he hung out the window and he was like, yo, I'll follow you on YouTube. What's up, dude? I watch your YouTube channel. Oh, for real? Appreciate it. Get up to the window. Dude bought my food. Dude, I was going all out. I drove way over here. He was gonna give me a rib plate, and now I genuinely feel bad. He drove off too. I was gonna see if he was anywhere. At least say thank you. I genuinely really appreciate it, but I also genuinely really feel bad for for getting the food that I got. Man, 20 bucks, dude. Feel bad. Thanks again. What's going on, guys? So in today's video, we're gonna be working on Larry. We're gonna be doing some cool stuff. We might go mud riding. I'm just kidding, guys, but for real, it's another late night video. And so in today's video, I gotta change the oil on Larry, as well as we're gonna talk about some other stuff which might be in the title and thumbnail. I'm not sure. If you're like me, I get something stuck in my head. I'll give me a certain day that I need to accomplish something. And so even if it turns into kind of a nightmare, I still want to stick with it, even though I probably could push it off to another day and get it done and be less of a headache. But I've already pushed this off throughout the weekend, so I've got to change the oil in Baby Squat because it's past due. You know, life gets busy. Alright, so step one is obviously going to be getting your oil, and you can run whatever oil you want to run, but this is what I've ran in the truck. Valvoline full synthetic 0W20. As long as it's Dexus approved, Chevrolet is good with your warranty crap. That's as far as I am aware. That's the research that I've done. This is, however, a new filter for me. Wrench off welded nut on canister. So, I don't know. Advance Auto had a special. You know, this isn't going to be anything mind-blowing for people that normally do their oil changes, but it ain't that complicated. You ain't got to take it to the factory if you don't want to. And yes, the factory usually does have cheap oil changes, but you have to wonder what they putting in that thing. Alright, so now that you got those off, it's time to get under the truck. We'll go ahead and pop the oil filter off. By the way, this snap-on light is freaking, dude, it's freaking legit. Oh my god. We'll throw this under here. Just yeet that underneath there. Probably step one would be find the correct tools. Alright, so obviously I just drove my truck in here, so the oil is all warm. We're all good on that side, but if it's not, you need to warm your truck up. And then grab you a 15 millimeter, and that is what you're gonna get this bolt off with. If the dealership has done your oil change prior, you might have to have an oil filter wrench to get yours off, because they might have put yours on way too freaking tight like they typically do. Alright. So I don't know if you'll have TikTok, but there was a lot of videos going around of people talking about how there was some kind of pro being able to take this off, take your drain bolt out without getting oil on your finger. Let's test it. Let's test it. Oh, I done messed up. Oh yeah. No pro here. Not a pro. Just got my thumb, so not that bad. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you don't go mud riding in your truck, especially if you bought it new and it's never been in the mud before. Just don't do it, because you'll never get it back to normal. I guess I could, but my truck not being super high off the ground kind of makes it difficult to get under here and pressure wash. So yeah, baked on the exhaust. Doesn't stink or anything, but less than ideal for sure, being that it was perfect before. Oh, let's go. Oh, frick. Screw it. Never fails. I smack my knuckles on something every time I'm under here. Oh, I did the same freaking thing again. Golly. I already know this is going to be annoying because this thing's not going to be flat. Yeah. Make sure you look in here, because I had one on my Mustang. I led to look in there and there was a freaking piece of it messed up. So always look in there and make sure your filter's alright. A little pre-oil so we don't have that dry start. Try to get it right in the center. You don't really want it on the outside where those little return holes are or whatever. You want to get some extra oil on this as well so that it seals properly. Alright, so now that we got the filter off and the bolt out, it's time to crank it up. Make sure all the oil is out of it before putting the new in. So let's go ahead and crank this up. Oh, Dad, no. You ain't put oil in it yet. What the frick? Make sure your old oil filter seal did not stay stuck to that, because you will definitely have a leaking problem if it did and you didn't notice it. Alright, we're good. We're all buttoned up down here. So technically we got about a half a quart in the oil filter. It's really about probably about a fourth, but we'll go ahead and throw this one in there. Man, that oil run in there sound like that upset tummy, you know? So here's our 5 quart. It's technically like a 4.7 or something like that. But let's go ahead and chug this one down. Alright, number 7. Oh Lord. I about freaking spilled it. My short self over here trying not to have to stand on the tire. Alright. Go ahead and just for the sake of making sure the oil did go in there and didn't go in some kind of magical void of I don't know what. Oh yeah, she's looking right there, looking mighty fine. So, it's time for the scary thing. We're gonna crank this thing up for the first time. Alright, so I know I'm not the only one that freaking hates how they have the oil pressure. Where's my finger? The oil pressure. You'll see, it's gonna scan all the way across after we crank it. It's scary first crank up. Cycles, goes all the way back to 0, gives everyone a heart attack, and then booyah, 40, a little over 40 psi, let's go! Cranked up, didn't blow up, all looks good. We'll give it a minute, let it settle, check our oil, see if we need to add any more, because obviously we only put the 7 in. We have a full another quart to go. Technically it is an 8 quart capacity engine, but you don't always get all the old oil out of there, so you don't want to just immediately go throw 8 quarts of oil in it even though it calls for 8, because then you might have 8.5 quarts, and if you know anything about engines, it's typically worse on them to have too much than not quite enough. So you don't want to overfill engines with oil because it can be really bad. So always wait to put the last quart of oil in after I crank it up, let it settle, and then check it on the dipstick, because you don't want to overfill it. And so you could still have half a quart or so in there even after draining it for a while, depending on how your truck's set up, how the engine is. Mine being squatted, more than likely I got all the oil out, but you never know. So it's not going to hurt it to run a quart low, cranking it up for a couple minutes, then you can add it. So definitely do that. It's no big deal. That's just the best way to ensure the appropriate oil level. Yep, we're right at the bottom dot, so definitely need to go ahead and throw that last quart in here. I'll probably put 3/4 of it in there, crank it up, let it settle again, double check it. Alright, so while we're waiting on that to settle to check the oil level, let's go ahead and reset our oil life. And this is right at about a little over 5,000 miles on that oil change. It's still showing 32%. Boom, 100%. Alright, we're good to go. So now we need to get our mileage and write that down in the owner's manual. So from everything that I've read, all you need to ensure to keep your warranty is keep your receipts. And obviously, if you're like myself, film everything, so you got that as proof. But, you know, just write it down here. Have your little booklet. That's why all these pages are in the back of your owner's manual. Write all this information down, and like you can see, I've been doing my own oil changes since 12,000 miles when my free ones ran out. Valvoline, we just do the little hash, bring those down. We've been using the same Valvoline 0W20. See, like we use the Wix filter, then we use the mobile filter. Mobil 1, and then we used Mobil 1 twice, and then we used the Purelator Boss last time, and then this time we used the K&N filter 31614. Check and see. We should be right on the money. Boom. There she blows. Perfect. That is a picture perfect little dog. You are so photogenic. It's insane. Thanks, Dad. You're really boosting my ego tonight, and you know what? I kind of like it. So you keep it up, Dad. That's pretty much gonna wrap up our oil change. All that leaves me is cleaning up the mess, putting our old oil back in the new oil's jugs, because if you're like me, you know, we got bonfires and stuff going around here sometimes of the year, and so it's always good to have a stash of old oil to, you know, promote a fire to. Let's get this thing rolling. So with that being said, hopefully you enjoy. If this is your first oil changing experience, hopefully you learned something. If you just came here to hang out, hopefully you did enjoy the video. And with that being said, time to clean up all my crap, get a freaking shower, and go to bed. So I'll catch y'all in the next one.